Hey lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel, speaking about everything to do with career, love, relationships, advice, motherhood, parenting, spiritual life, and everything that you can ever think about. So today I wanted us to talk about one sensitive topic because I received a call from one of my friends and she was like, oh Doreen, can you address this on your YouTube channel? I think I would learn a lot from you. And she was talking about motherhood. Apparently she is a first-time mom and she's going through the motions of being a first-time mom. She's going through all the stress and she's like, oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I got you covered, girl. Okay, so I'll first go by telling you about my experience. I remember when before becoming a mom, I just used to weigh around 125 pounds. That's around 55 to 56 kilograms. And then when I fell pregnant, by the time I was 40 weeks, around 9 months, I was around 200 pounds. Honestly speaking, like 198, 97, because I was about 90 kilograms, times 2.2. So around, almost 200 pounds. So that was a lot of weight that I gained. And so she's struggling with things to do with weight. How am I going to rush back into shape? And all I can tell you is, child of God, you gotta relax. I had to relax. I didn't know how I was supposed to do that, but after giving birth to my baby, things were not as easy as I thought. Like, I thought that once you give birth to a child, all you can do is tie your belly with a lasso. So in Africa, and specifically I'll talk about Uganda, we always have, they give you like a cloth that is like a lasso that you tie. It's like a long scarf. So you tie it around your belly and then you tighten it. And then so you have to keep it on for around 6 hours a day. So you tie it on in the morning, and then at around maybe 6 p.m. before you go to bed, you remove it. So every day. Some people do it for 3 weeks, others for a month, others 2 months, depending on whether you like the results. But guess what? 2 days after giving birth, since I was stitched, it was kind of hard for me to sit down. So whenever I would sit down, I would feel like the stitches are painful. At the same time, you have that cloth. At the same time, you have to breastfeed a child. And I was overwhelmed. I was like, is this what motherhood is about? And then 3 days later, I went to the bathroom. I was trying to take a shower with my baby. And my mom was looking at me, but I didn't even want my mother to look at me, because my mother used to help me like hold the baby, and then she would make sure that I'm in the bathroom and I'm doing it the right way. So she would be there with me. My mom-in-law was very supportive, very, very supportive. She used to take care of my child. So I had a whole support system with me. But then I used not to love myself. I used to look at my body and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Like from a child, like from a little girl of, just imagine someone that is 125 pounds, like 56 kilograms. I was so tiny. I felt like I was so tiny. But then this time around I had bulge, and then my boobs were all big, and then my face was all fat, and then my belly was so big. Everything about me was big, even my fingers were big. I was like, Jesus Christ, how do I get back into shape very fast? And there is no fast way. So I remember I used to do lots of warm water. So they would give me food to eat, but then my mind would constantly tell me, you need to lose the weight, you're looking bad. So I went through that postpartum stress. Then I started losing the milk, like the milk supply was cut off. So whenever I would breastfeed my child, the milk was not enough. The child would cry. Now, I'm talking about this, but now this was around 2 months down the road. So whenever I would breastfeed the child, the milk was not enough anymore. You know why? Because I had cut off how I was eating. And I was trying so much to look into myself, and my child started crying because my child was on only breast milk. So we wanted to introduce in supplementary milk at around 4 months so that I prepare her. So by 6 months, 7 months, when I get back into work, she is kind of already used, but the child used to cry. I sat down with myself and I'm like, what, Doreen, do you need a live baby or you need a sickly child? My answer was, I needed a live, healthy child. Okay, so it's just like how people that get into the labor ward and they're like, oh, I want to do it like the Hebrew women, I want to push the baby. And I always tell people that once we get into the labor ward, all we need is a live child. Whether you've gone through C-section, whether you've gone through the natural birth, whether you've given, I don't know, whether the child has passed through your mouth, which is kind of impossible. All we need to get out of that room is with a live baby. At the end of the day, people want to come to your house to say congratulations to you when you have a live baby. So all the things of, oh, you didn't do it the great way, you're not a woman enough because you went through section, honey, even just nurturing that child, it takes a lot of time. So this is what I always tell people, that you know what, it took you 9 months to form that baby. Why would you want to jump back in shape within 2 months or 3 months? And yes, you'll tell me, yeah, other people have done it. You have to embrace the fact that our bodies are different. We all have different bodies, we have different genetics, we were formed differently by God. So some other person can give birth to a child and right away within 3 weeks they have no belly. And then another person goes through C-section and they can't tie their bellies. So to me, I couldn't tie the belly anymore. You know why? I was uncomfortable. And then I looked at people and creators and other people who used to have a C-section and they got back in shape after like a year and they didn't have, you know, like the stomach anymore. So I was like, why am I putting myself on pressure? I had to calm down my spirit. I embraced listening to the word of God more. I embraced listening to podcasts about motherhood. And all I can tell you is that motherhood is a journey. If you know that you're on your first time, you know, this is your cute little baby boy or girl or set of twins, just go one step at a time. Breastfeed the children, breastfeed the child, breastfeed your son or daughter. Give them whatever they want, give them the love. The body will come back. All you need is to just eat right, exercise a little bit. And exercising doesn't mean you have to go skipping the rope, jumping up and down. I didn't go into any form of exercise till my baby was around 3 months, coming to 4 months. And yet other people start on the second day or third day. But what was I doing? I was just walking. Just you holding your baby and walking around the house with that baby, you can get in your steps because that baby is a weight that is on you. So since you have like that weight, that is a form of exercise. You just breastfeeding your child, you are losing weight. Mothers that breastfeed their children lose the weight very fast, like the baby fat, it goes off very fast. So if you are troubled about, oh my God, how am I gonna get in shape? Remember, it took you 9 months to form that bundle of joy or the bundles of joy that you have. So give your body grace. Take enough water, sleep enough, eat well, take a walk. A walk is just enough. Like you can decide to say, let me go on a 20 minutes walk and you have your baby. And that 20 minutes is just in your compound. You're moving back and forth, back and forth. That is already enough. Like your body will start adjusting and adjusting. And as you look after your baby, you keep speaking words of life to them. You keep speaking the word of God to them. You keep telling them and reminding them how great they are, how you are happy to have them. I hope this made some sense to one of you, and if you feel like you liked the video and it made some sense and it opened up your eyes, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe, and let's interact more in the comment section. Bye bye till next time. See you.